Siska Nirmala. Okay, thank you very much for joining me to talk to me today.
Thank you, Cecep, for inviting me.
Okay, Siska, I know you very well. We've been friends for a long time, right? But for those people who don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Thank you, Cecep. Hi, everyone. My name is Siska Nirmala. You can call me Siska. I was a former journalist, like Cecep,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I'm
since
still a journalist.
yeah.
I'm still a
But
journalist.
since this early year, I was resigned from my job, and I was focused now on campaigning this zero waste lifestyle. And what else? My activity, maybe I focus on adventures activity. Uh, yeah, maybe like that.
Okay, Siska, as you said, you are focusing now on Zero Waste Adventure, right?
Yeah.
And I know you are well known for Zero Waste Adventure. You are the initiator of Zero Waste Adventure, and you also wrote the book, right?
Yes.
I've read the book also, and good book,
Really?
good book by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, Siska. So that will be my first question. What is
Mhm.
actually Zero Waste Adventure?
Yeah. Many people ask me about Zero Waste Adventure. Is it a community or something like that? It's not a community. It's actually a individual movement that I initiate since 2013. It's only individual movement, you know. The idea is actually very simple. It is just to spread or to promote the spirit of zero waste lifestyle through the adventure activity. Uh, the zero waste lifestyle itself has been a global movement all over the world. Many people has adopted this kind of lifestyle. I also adopt this in my daily activity, but I also promote this lifestyle through the adventurous activity. So I name it the Zero Waste Adventure. Why I choose adventurous activity? Because I think adventure is, effective ways to send a message, to spread the message about this lifestyle, because not many people is aware with this issue, and when you talk about it seriously, they didn't want to hear about it. And when we talk about it through the like fun activity like adventure, they will
Right.
hear you. Yeah, I mean something like that. So that's what I do with Zero Waste Adventures, and I started the Zero Waste Adventure since 2013. It
Okay.
started with expedition. So I'm doing an expedition to 5 mountain in Indonesia without producing any waste,
Oh, that's
and
so
I
cool.
and I write it in a book called Zero Waste Adventures.
Oh, five mountains, right? What are they?
Yeah, five
What are the
mountains.
mountains?
Mountain Gede, Papandayan, Lawu, Argopuro, and Tambora. 5 mountain. Actually, after that 5 mountain, I still climb another mountain with the same way with Zero Waste Adventures, but the mountain that I write in the book, it's only that 5 mountain.
I see. Well, I think that's a good activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
You bring zero waste into adventure, and so
Yes.
you mean adventure here is like climbing mountains, right? Climbing
Yeah.
mountains by doing zero waste, right?
Actually, the adventure itself is not only mountain climbing activity.
Uh-huh.
It's more huge than that. You know, it's include backpacking, traveling. It's also
Ah, I
adventurous
see.
activity. but mountain climbing is only one examples that I'm doing. But this method, zero waste adventure method, you can adopt this initiative into what any kind of adventures activity.
Oh, that sounds exciting, right? Very
Yeah.
exciting, especially for those people who like adventure. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we know that many people who do adventure, they forget about the cleanliness of the environment, right? And
Yeah.
now you bring the zero waste adventure, so it can be the inspiration for them, right?
I hope
And
so.
my next question is that what actually drives you? Who inspired you to do this?
Yeah. What inspired me is first is because I love adventures. I love
Mm-hmm.
natures. I love everything about it. And the things that drive me to do this, to do zero waste adventure, is came from my journey in 2010. I
Mm-hmm.
was climb Rinjani Mountain at that time, and the next year in 2012 I climbed Semeru Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So these two mountain is the most beautiful mountain in Indonesia.
All
But
right.
what I see in that time is that many trash along the trail.
All
It's
right.
really sad to see many trash in the
Yeah.
mountain. That yeah, what I feel like, what is this? And I feel guilty also because I also bring
Mm-hmm.
trash on my bag. I bring many packaged food in my bag, and it
Mm-hmm.
will be maybe trash, I don't know where. So yeah, it then become my turning point. That
All right.
journey became my turning point to think about, is there any way to climb the mountain without producing any waste?
Mm-hmm.
So then I came to the idea of zero waste. I remember that I have learned about this in 2009, about zero waste lifestyle. Then I think, um, why not I adopt this zero waste lifestyle into my daily life, and
Mm-hmm.
then I also adopt this into my adventures activity. So then yeah, the at zero waste adventures was born in 2013.
Oh, that's really interesting. Your experience in climbing mountain, and then you bring the zero waste, so you become the like the initiator of zero waste adventure, right? And I hope this will inspire those people who might be thinking about going zero waste,
Mm,
because as you said, zero waste sounds hard to do, but when you
yeah,
do that, it's not that difficult, right?
yeah. I
So,
try to show people that it's not. It's an easy things. Like when you
mhm,
think about what is zero waste, why I should do zero waste. Sometimes people like it's very hard to do, but when you show
yeah.
it in a fun way, in an interesting way, people will notice, and maybe their awareness will rise. You don't
Yeah.
know about it, so I just want to show them that this is a very easy things and simple things to do.
All right. That will be my next question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
For those people who think that zero waste lifestyle is not that easy, how did you start everything? What were your biggest challenges when you start doing this?
Yeah, before I start the expedition in 2013, I start to adopt zero waste lifestyle first in my daily life in 2012. It took me 1 year
All
to
right.
to start everything, and I only start with three simple things. Just three simple things.
Three
First
simple
is
things. All right.
bring my own bottles. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't I didn't buy any disposable bottles, drinks in a disposable bottles. I always bring my own bottles. And second, I also bring my own food box, food container, or lunch
Mm-hmm.
box,
Yeah.
like when I want to buy something, I should buy it in my own food container. And then the
Mm-hmm.
third thing is I refuse to use single-use plastic bags. It's
Okay.
only that three simple things that I do in my first year adopting zero waste lifestyle. But from that three simple things, it started uh, wider. I start
Mm-hmm.
to refuse many packaged food. I start to refuse eat instant noodles. I
Mm-hmm.
start to refuse, yeah, many things I
All right.
refuse. But it's all started with that three simple things. And what I want to say is that when you want to change, when you want to make a change, you have to start with changing yourself
All
first.
right.
So that's what I do.
Well, right. I agree with that. Changing ourselves first, then we can change a lot of people, right? Because
Yes,
simple things, we often think big things, but we often forget small things, right?
exactly.
However, small things usually make the change, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
change
yeah,
change is start from a small things.
that's right. So, did you have any difficulties? I mean, going back then when there is no limitation of plastic usage, and
Mhm.
when you refused uh, using plastic from the supermarket or mini market, how did you do that? Was that any difficulties?
Actually, it's not difficult to refuse. It's not difficult, but sometimes when you first start to refuse single use plastic bags, it's not
Mm-hmm.
difficult, but you feel ashamed.
I see.
You just
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
just shame to try to
It's like
refuse.
weird,
So
right?
yeah, so
We're
you
like
quit
weird.
before you try. You quit
Yeah.
before you try. That's
Uh-huh.
what happened. So it's not difficult, but you just feel like, I don't know, maybe yes, maybe tomorrow I will do that again. Maybe tomorrow I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
try again. Something like that. So it's not difficult, but you just feel ashamed. But I think today, right now, many people have adopt this kind of lifestyle. Many
Mm-hmm.
people start refusing single-use plastic bags. So it's something normal. When I
Yeah.
was start adopting this lifestyle in 2012, maybe I feel embarrassed when I try to
Mm.
refuse plastic bag. But today, when you want to try that, you don't have to feel shy or scared to
Yeah,
try to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that, because when you go to supermarket, you will ask first, do you want to use the plastic bag or not? So
Yeah,
when
exactly.
there is a
Yeah.
questions, you will feel like, oh, okay, I will try to refuse. So it's not difficult at all.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Using a single plastic bag is not that difficult today. But, we still cannot be separated without plastic because many foods,
Mhm,
drinks has plastic package, right? And
mhm.
do you think it is possible to live without plastic because plastic is everywhere, right?
If you ask if is it possible, yes, it is possible. I'm sure it is possible to live zero waste or minimize your waste productions. Why? Because actually there are a lot of alternatives for reusable things
Mm-hmm.
instead of disposable things.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of alternative, and I feel blessed that I live in a country where we have a lot of natural resources,
Mm.
not like other country where when you go to traditional market, we go to the traditional market, we could find a lot of uh, natural food without packaging. Like
Yeah, yeah.
vegetable, fruits. We are rich with that.
Right.
Whereas in other country, maybe like Europe, most of the vegetable and fruits were packaged in a plastic.
All
So
right.
actually, we are live in a country where we could find many alternative foods without packaging. But today we are like, like what we consume was driven by the industry. We
Yeah,
feel
that's a
like when
problem. Yeah.
we didn't buy the drinks in a mineral bottles, like drinks in a disposable bottles, like we cannot live with that.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot live without it.
Right.
Instead, we actually can live without it. We still can drink water in a jug,
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, better than disposable bottles. So there are a lot of alternative actually. Or sometimes we think like we have to eat uh, the instant noodles.
Yeah,
Indonesian
that's right.
people feels like we cannot
Yeah,
live with
I
the
also love it.
instant.
Many
Yeah,
people
you
love it.
also, I was love it also, but actually we can live without instant noodles,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah.
can live without it. We rather we can eat another food without packaging, which is more healthier,
Mm-hmm.
which is more less waste. There are a lot of alternative actually, but the problem is that our paradigm is
Mindset,
drive.
right?
Yeah, our mindset is like drive by the industry. That's the problem. So the problem is not we are lack of
Mm-hmm.
resources that without packaging, but the problem is that our mindset was drive by the industry. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem I think that has not been solved yet, right? So
Yes.
talking about industry,
Mm-hmm.
that's right, that's the problem, right? Even though we do like big movement of zero waste lifestyle, many people doing zero waste lifestyle, but if the industry still produce plastics, we
Mm-hmm.
can't do many things, right? So I think in this case, we need the government, right, to protect us, to say reduce the plastic bags, plastic production, and everything, right? So what do you think the government should do in case of zero waste lifestyle?
Wow, what a hard questions.
That's a problem, right?
Well, yeah, first we have to understand that the term of zero waste is not only about individual matter. It's not only
Mm-hmm.
about we as consumer. It's actually the term of zero waste is actually refer to the whole system. The whole system is including the government, the
Mm-hmm.
industry, and the consumer. Uh, but we as consumer has the power to choose. Like I said before, we can choose to buy the food without packaging. That's
Mm-hmm.
our power. We can choose. And what about the government? I think the government and industry has a role to also to think about how to build the whole system which is sustainable for the environment. So the roles of the government is has to make a rules that protect the environment from the trash. I know that government now is actually doing many steps, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
it took time. It took a long time.
Exactly. Right.
One of the rules that we know now is, the the rules in the supermarket. We know some of the cities are now ban the plastic bag, the single-use plastic bag.
I see.
That's one thing that the government do. But actually, there are a lot of things that they should do to what I said before, to build the whole system to support the sustainable living. And maybe the what I want to say here is that I think government should take side of the environment. You know, whatever decision and rule that they made, they have to support the sustainability of the environment. I think that the most important thing.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you because we cannot do like one side only, right?
Yes,
Without any support from the government, right? And the government
ex-
also need us to support their policies. So it's like we have to go together. We have to work together, right?
yes.
To
But
make
remember,
it happen.
don't wait the government to act. You have to act now, not waiting any others people to start to act, but we start from ourselves.
Exactly.
While waiting,
That's the
while
point.
waiting, while waiting, the rules from the government is being adopted in this situation.
Mm-hmm. That's the point. That's the most important thing, I think. We have to do it now, right? Don't do procrastination. But another issue is that we live in Indonesia, right?
Mm,
And trash or waste is a major issue in this country.
mm,
And I mean,
mm,
landfill space is set to fill up in a matter of years. For example, in Bandung, in Sarimukti, right, there is land
betul.
space in there. So many people think about it. We pay, so the government, the officers pick up the trash, the waste
Yeah,
at our home, and then send the trash to the landfill. So uh, this is the main problem of, like you said, the mindset of the people. So how do you
yeah,
deal with it? How do you deal with it?
yeah. Like I said before, the term zero waste is referred to the whole system, and right
Hmm.
now the system is not supporting, is not already supporting to this kind of sustainable lifestyle. uh, and we have a very huge problem in our waste management system. Like you
Hmm.
said, our waste management system is like you put the trash in a trash can and then it will go to the landfill.
Yeah.
That's it. The trash will go nowhere. So that's the problem we have in Indonesia. And that's the mindset that this zero waste lifestyle try to change.
Hmm.
You cannot live with that kind of mindset forever, because how long the landfill will stay like that.
Hmm.
Sarimukti will be closed in 2020 actually, but it
Yeah,
will
more or
but
less.
the government make it last to the 2023. I don't know, I
25, I
forget, but
guess.
25
Yeah.
2025. Yeah, but I mean, uh we cannot live with the mindset like that, because the trash will go nowhere, but it just harm the environment. It just make a negative impact to the people around the landfill.
Hmm.
It very bad. So the trash problem is real, it's happening, and
Right.
we have to change our habit, we have to change our lifestyle. And what we have to change is what we consume. If we produce trash because we consume a lot of food in a package,
Hmm.
a lot of food package, try to reduce it. Try to reduce your waste production from home. Maybe it just feels like you doing some very small things, but that small things is the important things, because you cannot change the world. You cannot change the world by yourself, but you can change yourself. So
Right.
yeah, that's what we try to change, our mindset.
You
Yes.
you you told us about your experience in starting this lifestyle. So
Mm.
again, what's your tips for anyone who might be thinking about going zero waste?
If you want to make a change for the
Mm-hmm.
environment, is that we have to realize that waste problem is a global problem, but it
Mm-hmm.
just need a local solutions. So you have to think global, but you have to act local.
All right.
And if we want to make a change, start small. So if you want to start to refuse your trash, start very
Mm-hmm.
small from the things that you think it was from the thing you from the things you think it the most easier.
Like
For
maybe
examples,
not
you
not not
think,
littering, not littering
yeah,
everywhere,
for
right? That would be the
examples,
first thing.
maybe you think the most easier to refuse is uh, water bottle. So I will
Mm-hmm.
start with refusing trash by not buying again any disposable bottles.
I see.
Or maybe you think the most easier is to refuse plastic straw. I will refusing trash by not using again any disposable plastic straw.
Right.
So something like that. Start small. After start small, keep it going, and then go to the next level.
Right. That's interesting. So Siska, maybe for everyone who might be thinking of going zero waste, they think that if they do that by themselves, they feel like they are alone, right? So I think they have
Mm-hmm.
uh, like community
Mm-hmm.
doing the same thing, right? So do you have a community, or do you have any recommendation for the community so we can
Mm.
go in?
Me myself with Zero Waste Adventure is not a community, but like I said before, it's an individual movement. But
Hmm.
anyone can adopt this method. Many community, many organization has already adopt this zero waste lifestyle with their adventure activity. So I'm really happy to hear their story. So actually, if you want to start to adopting this lifestyle, you don't have to like join with the community, but actually there are a lot of community who spread the awareness about this zero waste. Like there are Zero Waste Indonesia, Zero
Hmm.
Waste Nusantara. They have a Facebook page, Instagram, or you can join with their Instagram group. It's a in this social media era, you
Right.
can find any information from that. So when you feel alone, actually you are not alone.
We're not alone, right? So,
You're not alone.
right. So
You
Siska,
never walk
yeah, for some people who want to know more about Zero Waste Adventure and
alone.
they want to reach you, how can you be reached? On your social media or something,
Yeah,
maybe?
you can go to my Instagram account, Zero Waste Adventure, or if you want to contact me, you can go to my email, zerowasteadventure@gmail.com. And I also have a website page, also zerowasteadventures.com.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, I'll put the
reach
links
me there.
on the descriptions, right? Or I'm gonna put it
Okay, thank
somewhere in the video.
you.
Okay, so Siska, maybe this is my last question. What's your future plan?
Waduh, my future plan.
Yes,
I don't
I know you
know.
you you quit your job, right? And now
Yeah.
what you're working on and what's your future plan.
Actually, I quit my job because one of the reason is because I want to focus my life with this movement.
Okay.
Mm, Not because I want to doing this for profit, no, not
All
something
right.
like that, but uh, I started to adopt a zero waste lifestyle in 2012 because I feel like guilty. I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned it before. I feel like guilty with my
Right.
waste production, and I feel some like anxiety, toward this stress
Yeah.
problem. And
Mm-hmm.
when I start to reduce my waste production, the more I reduce the stress, the more I feel healed. The more
Right.
I feel healed. So after this last 8 years trying living zero waste, I feel like I already healed and I already finished with myself. So I want to do something more with for the environment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be involved more, and I want to invest my time, the rest of my life maybe to focus in these issues. So there are a lot of things I want to do, but I don't know which one to go. So, but the thing is that I want to invest my time to spread awareness about this issue.
Oh, what a good choice. And I know you are on the right track, and I hope there will be more and more people get inspired from you and from this talk. And so, thank you very much, Siska, for sharing with us today.
And
And
Cecep, this is
uh,
my second time speaking English about this issue.
really, that's good. You can have a lot of opportunities for that, Siska.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Siska. I hope everything will be going well for you. And see you.
You
Bye bye.
too. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone.